Hi, this is Chief Education Officer Bill Olson, and welcome to another school district update. Well, it's the last week of the 2023-2024 school year. It's been a very, very fast year. It's been a very good school year, and I want to thank our staff, our students, our moms and dads, grandmothers and grandfathers, and community members for all the support that you've provided in trying to provide our students with the best education possible. You know, the total is the sum of the parts, and everyone has played a very important part in making sure it's been a very successful and enjoyable school year for our students and for our outstanding staff. So thank you again to everyone. You know, this is the time of year where there's lots of celebrations, graduations, transitions, field trips. It's a very happy time of year. It's a time of year sometimes also when students are a little bit nervous, knowing that they'll be transitioning, for example, from the elementary school to the upper elementary, from the upper elementary to the middle school, and then from the middle school to the high school. They're nervous with the thought of a new environment, new people, new routines, but within a week after the new school year starts, everything becomes routine. So if your child is a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, talk to them about it, because they'll blend right in quickly into their new environment, the new learning environment, the new school, the new friends. Things will work out just fine at the beginning of the year and throughout the next school year. I want to remind everyone that graduation is on June 15th, Saturday, June 15th at Merrimack High School, the football field, at 10 a.m. And the forecast for this year is expected to be a beautiful day of weather. If you recall last year's graduation, the graduation had just been completed, and within 5 or 10 minutes after the completion of graduation, the skies opened up with some significant rain. Don't anticipate this year. Always a wonderful event, always quite meaningful, and particularly for parents, lots of smiles, lots of tears, tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of accomplishment for our students and their families, because it does take a family to help a child, each and every child, be educated and to proceed through to graduation successfully. I want to congratulate those students who recently participated in our adult education graduation program. There were about 12 students who received a high school diploma. Very meaningful. 3 years ago, we did not have such a program, and with the help of our high school administration and staff, we have an absolutely excellent program, a Alternative Pathways to Graduation program, where we've sort of broken the mold that has existed for many years, where we have a model of high school education and every child is to conform to that. Well, that's not reality. And so what we've done is, over the last couple of years, we've planned and we've implemented a program this year where we've said, let's take a look at what those students need who really are not really attuned to sitting for 5.5 hours a day in a conventional classroom. What do we need to do to make sure that they meet the competency standards to exit high school? So it was a wonderful ceremony. It was a meaningful ceremony. Parents were there, lots of balloons, lots of happiness, lots of pictures. And we congratulate not only the students, but our staff who have worked so diligently with them to make sure that they've met the rigorous standards, but also have provided content in a means that is more relevant and applicable to those particular students. You know, everybody has value in this world. Sometimes we just need to alter what we do and how we do it to meet the needs of our students. And that's what we've done, and that's what we will continue to be committed to doing in the future. So congratulations on that graduation. We look forward to the high school graduation on the 15th, and congratulations to all of our students who have met the graduation requirements and will be receiving their diploma on Saturday. Many of them are going onto college, I should say. Some into the world of work, which is great, and some who will be going directly into the military. And we always like to recognize those students who will be going directly into uniformed armed services and serving our nation and preserving our freedom. Thank you to those students who will be going into the military for your bravery and your commitment, as I said, to preserving our way of life and our freedom. Your bravery is strongly admired, and we hope that you have many safe travels throughout your military career. Well, Julie DeLuca, the principal of Thorntons Ferry, has sent me some pictures of a fascinating project, a hydroponics project, for which they have received a $6,000 grant. And some pictures that have been sent to me have been of the harvest of lettuce, which has been extraordinary. Lettuce that has been used in the food service program. Hydroponics is a process of growing food in not a soil medium, but a nutrient-enriched liquid medium, particularly with water, and the results have been extraordinary. That is that station, the hydroponics station, is on display in the hallway near the office of Thorntons Ferry. If you happen to be visiting Thorntons Ferry, please take a look at it. And I want to thank our nurses, Jackie McMahon and Cynthia Bibb, for the extraordinary amount of work that they have done, working with students, working with the staff, talking about the food cycle, the food chain, the process of growing, of agriculture, healthy lifestyles, very valuable lessons for our students that is kind of outside the mold of textbook learning. We like action-based learning. It's very important because that helps develop a deeper level and a more enduring level of understanding in our students. So congratulations to Jackie, to Cynthia, to our staff, to our administration at TFS for a great job in the hydroponics gardening program. One of the great traditions in Merrimack at the end of every school year is the Hawk Walk. And I had a chance to observe that a couple of days ago when students in their caps and gowns were walking from the high school down to Massapequa Elementary School and then to the upper elementary, then being bused to Reeds Ferry, to Thorntons Ferry, to the middle school to greet the students, to talk about their experiences, to reminisce with teachers who just not too many years ago, those students were, at quite a younger age and younger degree of experience in their life, and now sophisticated high school seniors graduating to go on to college, work, or the military. So we salute them. It was a beautiful sight. There were probably 150 students at that point where I saw them the other morning. I just went outside the office door to watch them, kind of waved to them. They were very enthusiastic, and I'm sure the teachers and the staff and the faculty of each of the buildings that they visited were grateful for their visitation, grateful for their insight, grateful for the perspective and the wisdom that they have gained in progressing from kindergarten through grade 12 and now just prior to graduation. So a wonderful, wonderful tradition that continues on, and it was quite a sight. And hopefully you've had a chance to either observe that, or if you have a high school senior, you've talked to them about it. I want to talk about at Merrimack Middle School. Grade 8 students had a very interesting lesson on botanical monotypes, which is a kind of one-of-a-kind print that is developed using and constructed using plants as stencils. And it's a very specific type of artwork. I've seen some of the pictures that have been forwarded over to me, and they've done an amazing job of putting together some just absolutely beautiful artwork, as I said, using plants and plant parts as stencils to be used in the construction of that artwork. During the course of this year, students from the high school on Wednesdays and Thursdays every single week have gone to our elementary schools to act as mentors to our elementary students. It doesn't get any better than that. Large number of students have participated on a weekly basis under the direction of teachers Melanie Headland and Trevor Knight. It's very important for that connection to be made between high school students and the elementary students. The elementary students have great respect for their high school peers, many of whom are friends, neighbors, brothers, sisters, relatives, and they have shared their experience. They have shared their increasing wisdom with the elementary students, and we congratulate them for doing that, both the students and for Melanie Headland and Trevor Knight at the high school. They've done an outstanding job and have great passion in working with that program. The Enviro Club, in fact, it's the Envirothon Club. I want to read you something from Marla Jones and the MHS staff. The Merrimack High School Envirothon Club earned one of the top spots in the New Hampshire State Envirothon competition held at the New Hampshire Technical Institute on May 21st. They placed third overall in the state. The team members Maddie Doyle, Isaac Flowers, Atticus Davis, Piper Saltzman-Wilps, Amelia Gregory, Emily Flowers excelled in their fieldwork and written analysis across a wide-ranging competition of topics of forestry, wildlife, aquatic ecology, soils, and land use. So they have done an outstanding job. I think these are future stewards of our environment who will make sure that we have clean air, clean water for years to come. I congratulate Marla Jones and her work with the staff and the students in the Envirothon Club, once again finishing third overall in New Hampshire. And that's been a trend with competition teams from Merrimack, whether it's the Granite State Challenge or other types of track meets and track and field meets, the Envirothon Club, the robotics team. We have some of the best students in New Hampshire. That follows because we have some of the best staff, school staff, of any school system in New Hampshire. And when you bring great staff together with great students, wonderful and exciting things happen. I'm always eager and glad to report that to you. This is the time of year also where I am very heavily involved, along with the principals and assistant principals, in hiring new staff to replace those staff who are either retiring or have decided to move on to another school district. Sometimes we, along with other school districts, lose staff because of travel concerns. Some of our staff live a considerable distance away from Merrimack, but they have come to Merrimack because of our reputation of being an excellent school district. But after 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years of quite considerable mileage, sometimes a staff member will say, you know, it's more important to me right now that I work a little bit closer to home. And that is understandable, particularly with those staff who are younger and in peak childbearing years, having young families that have to be home for childcare and really can't sustain or keep sustaining a 3/4 of an hour or an hour and 15-minute ride to work and from work. So that is completely understandable. But for those who fall into that category, for those who are retiring, We have been hiring replacement teachers. I will say with absolute certainty, the quality of the professional staff that we are hiring, those are the staff that I become involved with in terms of interviewing. I have the final interview and the final say on everyone who is hired either in a teacher or an administrative capacity in this school district, because I want to know who we're placing before children in the classroom. You know, there are great teachers and there are average teachers. I want to hire great teachers, not just an average teacher, because the children of this community, children in this school district, deserve a great teacher. I've been extraordinarily impressed with the preparation of those people that I have interviewed. I pay attention to grades. You know, I've taught college courses for about the last 35 years, and I always cringe when a student will say, you know, Mr. Olson, just give me a D. All I want to do is pass the course. Nobody's going to look at my grades after I graduate. Well, I look at grades because if I'm hiring someone to teach children, to act as a role model, I expect that person to have demonstrated sound academic discipline. I don't look to hire people who come out of college with a grade point average of 2.2, 2.3, 2.5, because that means they have a lot of C's, some D's, some withdrawals. I look for people who come to me with applications that show that they have earned a grade point average and achieved a grade point average of 3.4, 3.5, 3.8, 3.9, and that's what I've been seeing. Lots and lots of staff who have been interviewed by me and hired. They go through the interview process first with the principal and assistant principal in a particular building, but with me in the final interview, I've been extraordinarily impressed with their academic preparation. That means they took their work seriously. They had excellent study habits. They researched things thoroughly. They took great pride in what they did. And pride is in here and separates great workers from average workers. Great effort from average effort. Great results from average results. That's important to me. So, along with great academic preparation, certainly, I expect them to exhibit and possess a great personality. Because when you're a teacher, you're essentially on stage with students. You're charged with the responsibility of not only having technical proficiency in providing the content, but do it in an engaging way that keeps students engaged with you, keeps their attention, keeps their interest in a manner that you inspire, you motivate, you encourage, and you believe in them, and you help them believe in themselves. So I've been very encouraged. What that means in the long run for us is an increasing quality of our school district. We've got a great school district right now. The more we can continue to add to that and build upon that, the better off our students in the future will be. Well, it's been a wonderful year. It's been a very quick year. I happen to have 2 more years here in Merrimack. I'm looking forward to them with great anticipation. I love working in Merrimack. This is a warm, welcoming, deeply caring community, and I've seen that from all of you who I've had an opportunity to meet with. I'm in all summer, along with our other members of our central office team. If you'd like, if you're over by our office, which is right next to the high school, if you have a moment, stop in to introduce yourself and say hi. I'd love to talk with you for a few minutes, get to know you, get to know about your children, what their interests are, and how we can best meet those interests. It's been a wonderful year. I thank you very much. We'll continue to have the cable programs throughout the summer and into next year, certainly. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bill Olson, thank you for everything.